Sam, a lot of us are doing a lot of assuming that this is your last go around. I know you've told us before you have no clue right now, but given that you are a senior, do you go into this one any more sentimental? It's going to be an odd atmosphere, but do you try to soak it in even more than you would have before?
No, I don't think so. I think, the biggest thing is winning. That's what I'm focused on, and making sure that everybody's on the same page. Being attentive to detail and disciplined is my biggest duty this week, and we'll try to eliminate emotion from that.
Mike, go ahead.
Sam, on Saturday after the game, you were kind of emotional. You were keeping your emotions in check, but you could see that you had this look in your eye about disappointment. Obviously, you said you don't like losing. And I was waiting for you to give me that Tim Tebow moment where you stand on that wall for your team and tell them that we're about to change this narrative. What have you talked to your team about finishing games and continuing to move forward, because you still have your goals in front of you?
Yeah, well, I talked with the guys on Sunday morning, and there were a lot of different things addressed. I think the biggest thing was basically that I just let them know that, I want to win. You know, it's not necessarily about liking people, and not all leaders are liked, but being respected is more important, because you want to win. And so I think it was a challenge. I was kind of challenging guys to understand that aspect of it, to step up and take ownership of the program, and the details of discipline. And if you don't like somebody because they're pushing you because they want to win, then that person, I have a problem with somebody if they don't want to win and they don't like me because I'm pushing them to win. So quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. So just being more disciplined, taking ownership of the program, focusing on the small details, because we have the talent. That's not the issue. We get in our own way, and we can eliminate that by being disciplined in every single thing that we do. And discipline's not a switch that you flip on Saturdays. Discipline's something that you work on every single day. And it starts with how you get out of bed in the morning. So we're focusing on that, and taking it a day at a time and getting better and focusing on the things that we can do. I told them I'm the first to admit I made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel like I'm sitting on a high horse saying that everybody else is wrong, because I'm certainly wrong. And I apologized for the mistakes that I made, but that's the way it's got to be. Put the team before yourself and really focus on the details and take ownership of it.
Maya, go ahead.
Hi, Sam. So on Saturday, you mentioned that you feel like you let the university down when you lose. That sounds like a lot of pressure on a person. So how do you deal with all of the pressure and just the outside noise from the fan base and everybody?
I honestly don't feel any pressure at all. I do realize that this is a game, and as much as I want to win and as much as we love it, it's and it can feel like life or death sometimes. It's not. I value my relationship with God. I value my family, and I value my friends and relationships with people that will last forever, more than I do the outcome of a game or what somebody that I don't know has to say about me.
Cedric, go ahead.
And Sam, sounds like you've gotten in the face of some of your teammates, which is sometimes necessary to get to that goal. We've never heard you say that you don't want to be liked. Have you always been this way? And what's been the reaction from your teammates in those times when you've had to tell them what's what?
I think the guys that are about it and the guys that really want to win, they don't have an issue with it, because there's a lot of guys, that haven't necessarily spoken up, that need to step up and need to voice how they're really feeling, about taking everything with discipline and doing things right all the time. And so I wouldn't say that I don't care. Well, I wouldn't say that I'm pushing guys not to like me. Like, that's not what it is. And I think that in the end, winning and seeing at the end of the day, if we win, people will respect that and be content with that over maybe a friendly conversation when somebody messes up.
Chuck, go ahead.
Sam, you're going to be on a pretty select short list of quarterbacks who have made 4 starts against Oklahoma. I was just curious if you had access to the Bill and Ted time machine, what would current Sam Ehlinger go back and tell his freshman counterpart before that first game?
Good luck, because you're probably going to go against, in a 4-year period, one of the best stretches of quarterback play at a single university in the past 4 years. But no, I would tell them that, enjoy it. What an incredible rivalry, 2 incredible programs, enjoy every single moment of it, the atmosphere, especially now this year, that we won't have full capacity. Don't take the atmosphere for granted.
Max, go ahead.
Sam, Tom talked about on Sunday, he said Sunday was like just an excellent day for you guys and kind of getting right and stuff. I'm curious if you could kind of explain what went on and kind of where your sense was coming out of Sunday that whether things were heading in the right direction.
Yeah, we had a good practice. We had a good talk before we watched the film, and really dove deep on the things that we need to clean up. And Sundays they're not like a extensive practice day, so we need to have a really good practice today and clean up the mistakes that we had.
Hey, we've got several questions in queue. We should be able to get through those, but won't be able to add any more. Start with Chip.
Sam, your offense is leading the nation in scoring, 51 points per game. The defense is on pace to be worse than last year. So who's doing that kind of leading on the defensive side of the ball, or is that leadership that you're talking about extending to the entire team?
That's a tough question. I think the leadership needs to, we have to have guys step up in every area on offense and defense. We're certainly not near a finished product on offense, so I'm not trying to act like it's, this one side of the ball problem. We all got to step up and have accountability to the team. That's a tough question, because I think this week we'll see who steps up and takes ownership and responsibility for doing everything right all the time, and never taking a lazy step and being attentive to details.
Olivia, go ahead.
Hi, Sam. What are y'all working to fix on offense? And in your opinion, what does the team need to do as a whole to be successful against Oklahoma and through the remainder of the season?
I would say cleaning up the details, playing disciplined football. Football is a team sport, and you got to have all 11 guys on the same page. And the best teams have all those 11 guys on the same page on every single play with extreme detail, down to the inch. And if one guy is not on the same page, then it can mess up the entire play and the entire team. So getting guys to understand that the team is and the details in the team and the way that they're coached are extremely important, because we've shown we have the talent and guys can make plays. It's just we get in our own way. And I think that comes down to discipline, in my personal opinion. And we got to focus on being disciplined with every single detail that the coaches teach us. And it's ownership from the players. The players have to step up. We have the schemes, we have the coaching, we have everything that we need. We have the talent. Now it's just about the attention to detail if the players are going to take.
Joe, go ahead.
Sam, what has Brendan, since transferring in during the preseason, what has he brought to the wide receiver room? And also, how important will it be this weekend to probably have most of your top 5 receivers there with Jordan, Jake, Brendan, all those guys likely to play?
Yeah, Schooler's been incredible to have him. What a cerebral dude to be able to come in, 2 weeks before the first game, pick up H receiver, play there, and not have many busts. And then, hey, a few guys went down, or sorry, he came in at Z. And then, hey, a few guys went down. Hey, move over to H and learn that position. A lot of guys can't even learn the whole offense down with extreme detail over a whole season, let alone in 2 weeks. And then, hey, switch, and in a week you need to be ready for the game. So I really appreciate the effort that he's put in, the attention to detail, really diving in his playbook. He's taken ownership of it. And he's been huge for us. I'm really glad that we got him. And yeah, we've seen the talent that is all spread out throughout that receiver room, and to have all those guys healthy, it's going to be really fun. Now we got to go make plays and just do what we do.
Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, Sam, through your first couple of games, you've shown that you're obviously not afraid to throw to Brendan, and, he's a receiver that you trust. How long did you feel like it took you to really develop that relationship with Brendan that you already had with some of the receivers that you've been throwing to for a few years?
Sorry, did you say how long?
Yeah, like how long did you feel like it took you to really develop that trust and that relationship with Brendan?
Yeah, trust with receivers is an interesting thing because, there's the chemistry part of knowing exactly where he's going to be, but then there's also the trust factor of knowing that he's going to run the right route. And so I think that trust was automatic with the way that he handled business off the field, coming up to me and asking questions, the small details of plays, and then proving that in practice and not having busts and knowing his playbook. So I think that was all on him, just picking up the offense super quickly. And he's done a great job of that. And so I don't know how long it was exactly. I think we're still building chemistry, but I trusted that he was going to be where he was supposed to be.
What kind of details did he come to you asking about? Were these just little perfectionist details, or, what kind of stuff was he really asking about?
Yeah. Intricate details of where, it's important for the quarterback and receiver to be on the same page. And so, just questions about where exactly I'm anticipating him being on this route, or what route on a conversion, depending on the defense, what do I think he should do, and have people done it in the past in this offense? So he really is just trying to soak everything he can up. And I think it's showing on Saturdays.
One last one, Maya.
Hi, Sam. So you grew up a Texas fan. What is one of your favorite Texas OU memories from before you were a player?
Ooh. Man, it's like every year I looked forward to it. I don't know if I have an individual memory to answer your question, but just respecting the rivalry and looking forward to it every single year.